Hi guys, this is a podcast. No graphics. There'll be nothing at all to say here, so you can minimize it and just listen to it if you want while you're doing whatever you're doing. It's just a quick update on what's coming next and what's going on, and when I'll be back, when the channel, I guess, will be back in action doing game reviews, which is what it should be doing. It's been horrific last 5 or 6 days, really. It's all kind of gone downhill quite quickly. The first thing was the hospital visit to my specialist, my registrar at the hospital, who, despite all the evidence that I told him about what I could do with my arm, he wanted to inject anaesthetic in and rotate it around to see why I couldn't rotate my arm around. So I told him to go do one. I says, no, you're not doing that, because I knew from my own rotations that it was already hurting the fracture and I didn't want to make it worse. So he says, okay, then, well, let's send you for an x-ray instead then, so I can maybe get a better look. So I went for an x-ray, which was horrendous because they were putting the arm in weird positions, which it just didn't want to go there. I've been having these spasms, you see. What happens is, on a bad day, I'll probably get 30 of them in a day. And it's if I move my body, just twisting round a little bit, even 40 degrees, if I just twist me, if I'm sitting in a chair and I twist, that can set it off, and my whole forearm just violently spasms and turns in towards my body. Now, I broke my bone at the elbow joint, and so you can imagine the pain. You scream. It's awful. You get hardly any warning that it's going to happen, and it happens very often. So I spend my entire day holding my right arm, which is the broken arm, with my left arm to stop it spasming. That's the kind of life I've had for the last fortnight. I've been doing this for 2 weeks now. The spasming got really bad over the weekend, but anyway, back into the hospital, it was spasming like crazy. Then they still weren't happy after the x-ray, so they sent me for a CT scan because they thought they saw something like bone splinters. So I had this CT scan, which was so freaking painful, and luckily there was 3 really good nurses that were in charge of that helped us out a lot, getting my arm in position and holding it down while the machine did its thing. And sure enough, they found a nasty bone splinter in there, which is probably causing a lot of the pain. So when I saw the guy again, he kind of just sent me home, and so I was kind of justified in not letting him twist my arm around. Honestly, I sometimes wonder if these people know what the hell they're doing. It's just crazy. He was going to just twist my arm all over the place under anaesthetic, so I wouldn't have felt anything. He could have done all kinds of damage. It just sucks. So anyway, after that, I got a call to go down to another hospital in the area where I was going to see a specialist. Not just a specialist. This is a double specialist. Unfortunately, on the Saturday, though, the day after I came out of the first hospital meeting, the Storm Arwen hit, and we lost our internet. And it's now Wednesday. It is Wednesday, isn't it? Oh, it's now. See, I don't even know what the hell is going on. It's now Tuesday, and it just came on about 20 minutes ago. So we've been without the internet since Saturday. So I haven't been able to get anything done, any updates done, or any of the videos done. So there was that. But I had to go to the hospital. Was it today? I had to go to the hospital. Sit, man. It was today. Today I had to go to the hospital today to see this specialist. So we booked a taxi, and it was a taxi that I'd used last week to go to my local hospital. £70 it cost in taxi fares, just going back and forward to the hospital, and it was going to cost 80 to get to this other hospital that's miles away today. So we got up bright and early, suffered immeasurably, just getting myself ready for the taxi. Had me coat on, standing there waiting at the door. 10 o'clock this morning, no taxi turned up. 10 past, quarter past, no taxi. Rang them up, no answer. 1:30, no taxi. Rang the hospital. The appointment was for 11 o'clock. I says, my taxi hasn't come, and it's a 35-minute journey. What am I going to do? And she says, well, the clinic shuts at 11:30, so if your taxi doesn't come right now, we're going to have to cancel. And that's bad because I'm in all this pain. I couldn't afford to have the cancel. But luckily, the hospital rang me back and says, can you come in tomorrow, which is tomorrow, Wednesday. So I said, yes. She says, it's really urgent that we see you because we're going to operate on you on Friday. Well, that was the first I'd heard they just said that I might have surgery. So she actually just told me accidentally that they're going to operate on my arm on Friday, and they need to get the operation done as a matter of urgency because it's now 2 weeks of healing, and there's a bone there that shouldn't be there that needs taken out. So I'm at hospital tomorrow for blood tests, an examination by the surgeon, and some swabs to see if I've got COVID. And that's quite funny because last night I took ill. I had a temperature, runny nose, phlegm stuck down the back of my throat, and I woke up in the middle of the night choking on the phlegm. And I sat up in bed, panicked, set my arm off because I wasn't supposed to move my arm. Suddenly my arm went flying up in the air, pulled against the sling that it's in, and I hardly got any sleep last night. I just felt like shit. So going back to now, where we are now, I'm at hospital tomorrow for blood tests and swabs to see if I've got COVID. I've already checked for COVID and I haven't got it because I've got tests in the house because I thought it might be COVID. So there was that. And then on Friday I get my operation, so I can't wait for that. Well, I mean, I'm not like one of these people who love operations, but I just want it out the way because then my arm's going to get a hell of a lot better than it is, and hopefully a speedy recovery. Well, they said 6 to 8 weeks after that before it's fully recovered, but I think I'll be able to do videos within a week of getting surgery done. If the surgery's all right, I'm not going to. No, the surgery will be all right. It'll be good, and we'll get that out the way. So yeah, I've had fun. I've had better weeks, to be honest, but that's what's gone on here in the last 5 days. There's probably other stuff that I've totally forgot about, but oh yeah, my car. The oh god, I've done about £500 worth of damage to my car as well. The bin lid, the wheelie bin lid, was blowing and smacking on something when we were in bed during the storm. And we just assumed it was hitting the wall, but it was actually hitting the bonnet of the car, because my car was, when I broke my arm, I was at my mother's house, and so I had to get a friend of mine to drive my car back. And here's the thing, right? To get my car back, I rang my insurance company to put this lad on the insurance policy. It was cheaper to put him on for a whole year than it was to put him on for a week. I mean, yeah. Anyway, that's me going off again. But anyway, when he put it in the drive, he drove it a little bit too close. I'm going to blame him. I would normally put it a bit further away from the bins, but I mean, he didn't know, obviously. But the next day, when Cass went downstairs to close the bin lid, she noticed that it had been hammering the car, and the front wing, the offside wings, scratched to shit. So I'm going to try and T-cut it. If not, it'll have to be a respray on the wing, which will not be cheap. So, yeah, other than that, I've had a fantastic week, guys. It's been brilliant. I've been lying in bed watching Taken 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, because I can only watch DVDs at the minute because the internet's been off, but the internet's back on now, so we're going to head off very, very shortly, get a good night's sleep because I had no sleep last night. Then it's blood tests, swabs and operations, and then back to hopefully some form of normality, because there's nothing normal about having your girlfriend wiping your ass. That's not normal, guys. Well, it's not normal in this house, but that's where it's at now. That's where we are. Because, guys, I've got to tell you this before I go. Guys, my oath. Cass, you might want to leave the room. I have been on codeine tablets, and the doctor said that it'll constipate you. What he never told me was that there would be a cannonball forming in my bowels that is the size of an actual cannonball, and it will never be able to pass out of your arsehole. Impossible. And it'll be extremely painful as it tries. I hope none of you are eating your dinner while I'm talking. Anyway, we got some of these torpedo jelly things. They were like a torpedo with the nitroglycerine. Oh no, that's explosives. It's glycerin, and I had to stand in agony, holding my arm while a glycerin torpedo was inserted right up my arse, guys, while I'm in agony. You know, this is the kind of fucking shit I've been through. You know? I was having these rammed up my arse, and then I wasn't allowed to shit for an hour. I had to sit and let it fester. And it festered, and it started to disintegrate the cannonball, which made my bowels expand, and they were just screaming to let everything out. And I had to wait, because the first one I let out too early, and it just did nothing. So I had to have a second one rammed up my arse. This is all gone. It's all gone. It's all just... But it's the truth. But it's the truth.
They don't need to know it all.
No, they should fucking know what I've been through. They're getting to know. I had 2 torpedoes rammed up my arse, guys. The second one festered for about 30 minutes until I let it out. And I tell you what, do you know why there's been a power outage in the region for 5 days? It was because of the cannonball that came hurtling out of my fucking arse at the speed of light. Must have caused a big shockwave that's knocked out all the... Saying it's Stormarwen. It was my arse, guys. I need to ring the bell. That was a bell moment. Can you ring the bell for me? Delayed bell, guys. Thanks. But I want to personally thank Cass, because she's been through hell looking after me. Will you scratch me elbow? Will you scratch me nose? I don't let go of me. It's been, guys, it's been an experience. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for all your good and well wishes. Oh, God. I better go before... Yeah, I'll see you later.